Let's call tonight's Board of Works meeting to order. Brad, would you call the roll?
Yeah, Mayor Johnny Ergang.
Here.
Jonathan Maple.
Here.
And Brad Dreyer is absent. And I'm here.
We received copies of the minutes from our March meeting. Are there any corrections or questions on the minutes? Can I ask for a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion. I guess I will second it. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have no items under old business tonight, so we will move directly into new business. And if you've got a copy of the agenda, you can see we have a lot of road closures and usage requests. So, Mr. Maple, if you would be okay with this, I will go through each one, and then we will vote to approve them.
Sounds great.
Okay, thank you. The first closure request is from the Batesville Farmers Market. There's actually 3 requests. The first request is for their regular May through October Saturday mornings. They are asking that the lots be closed on those Saturday mornings from 6 a.m. until 12 noon. This is in their typical location by the Village Green. The second request is for their Wednesday markets, which they have, that start July 8th, and those run through August 26th. That occurs in the same location, but the closing time would be from 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then on May 9th, they are asking for a closure, and that's moving it to the area where the Women's Inspiration Park is, and that's due to the Kiwanis Carnival being that day. The closing times would be the same. That area would be closed off from 6 a.m. till 12 p.m. The next item is the trail usage request for Amex Well. Their Java Walk. I think this is a community event that they are sponsoring, and it's basically they are going to be doing a walk from the coffee shop out to Broom Woods, and then on the trail they were going to have several, I will call them coffee stations. Yeah, they're not asking for any street closures, but they are asking for use of the trail. The next item is a road closure request for Romweber Marketplace, Cars and Bikes for a Cause. They have asked for the road to be closed on, let me see the location. It's on June 13th, Saturday, June 13th. They are asking again the closure to occur between 6 a.m. and 1:30. They're actually requesting Eastern Avenue be closed from East Pearl Street to South Street, and then South Street from Eastern to Depot. I know they talked with, the one business affected by that is Harmeyer's, and we talked with Steve and with Mary Ellen from Romweber Marketplace, and the intersection will be blocked on the east end of South and on the north end of Eastern. So the whole intersection will be open so vehicle traffic can get through to Harmeyer's. The next request is for Every Soul Counts. This is the 4 on the 4th. This is the second year for this event, and again, there really are no road closures on this. This is the event that Curtis Gilman sponsored, and it's a fundraiser. It uses the trails. They do cross Coon Hunters Road and Delaware Road. They're not asking for any, and I believe they may cross Mulberry as well. They're not asking for any road, block off. They will have people monitoring those intersections. That, I think, sign up begins at 7 a.m. and it would run till the race starts at 8 a.m. It was probably over by 9. The next and the final lot closure request is from Batesville Main Street for the Food Truck Festival, and that is July 13th, 16th. Again, it's at the same location as where it was held last year around Inspiration Park. The road closure request is, and I don't see Amy here tonight, is that area, and then Pearl Street. They're requesting the area around the Inspiration Park, the parking lot area, closed from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., and then the closure of Pearl Street from 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. I don't see Amy here, so I'm going to ask Blaine. From the diagram, it looks to me like Pearl will stay open to the driveway into the parking lot from both ends.
That is my understanding, that it's the closure between the
Between
two
the two
entrances
driveways.
into
Okay.
that primary parking lot there off
Okay.
of Pearl Street.
Yeah, that was how I interpreted their map. So we have those closure requests. If there are no questions, I will make a motion to approve all the lot and trail usage requests.
I will second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. The next item up is Lake Shore Village, Section 1, right-of-way. John, would you care to just briefly explain what we're doing here?
Yeah, we're just accepting the right of way to approve the plat. They dedicate the right of way to us, and someone at the city has to accept the right of way into our infrastructure, essentially. Accept the right of way. Like they dedicate the right of way, and we just have to accept it. So then they can start building houses, and we can approve the plat.
The infrastructure's in. I think John's had some correspondence with them. Do you have any questions on it? All right, again, then, I will make a motion to approve the Lake Shore Village Section 1 right-of-way.
I will second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. The motion carries. Our last item on the Board of Works agenda tonight is bid opening for Community Crossings 2026. Blaine has the scissors. And he's gonna open these for us. These bids will just be taken under advisement because whether or not we can do the work is going to be entirely subject if we're awarded funds. But we've engaged with NDOT. They told us to bid it, and we're going to hope for the best.
How many bids are there?
I think we have 3 bids.
3 bids.
Yeah, if you want to read.
All right, the first bid received is from DC Construction Services. Representative was Katie Robbins. You want all the subparts, Brad, because I know there's,
All bid.
Yeah, we'll have copies, so.
yeah, it looks like the overall bid is $834,700.00. Check. Next bid received is from Dave O'Mara Contractor Incorporated. Representative is Terry Doran. Bid amount $876,917.00.
What was that, Blaine?
$876,917.00.
Okay.
The next bid is from Paul H. Rowe Company Incorporated, representative by Mark Jack Richardson. Full bid price, they did not provide us full sum, they just referenced the attached sheet, so we'll need to. Yeah, their financials. We'll have to add up the sub-project amounts to get the full bid number on those, but if we want to read those into the, for public consumption. If you want, that's fine.
Okay, I will read these in individually. This will actually tell us the roads that they were working on. This first one is Huntersville Road from State Road 46 to the north entrance to Batesville High School. That portion is $55,302. The next section is from Huntersville Road from Columbus Avenue to County Line Road, and that is $53,276.50. The next section is Huntersville Road from County Line Road to Sycamore Road. That is $31,606. $31,606. The next road is Fifth Street. This is from Pearl Street to County Line Road. If you're not familiar, that's the short road that goes in the back behind the intermediate school off Pearl. That is $23,411.05. And then the next road is County Line Road, and that is between Fifth Street and Pearl. That is $21,822.80. Are you running a tab? Okay. The next item is First Street from Pearl Street to the middle school. $22,200.25. The next item is Second Street from the middle school to where it dead ends, past Haney Avenue. That is $132,362.45. Next item is Haney Avenue. It's from Second Street to Cedar Lane. That's $50,577.40. Next is Cedar Lane from Huntersville Road to Haney Avenue. That is $45,295.60. Next item is Valley Court. It's from Valley Drive down through the cul-de-sac. It's $29,378.10. Next item is Hickory Lane from Lakeshore Drive to the cul-de-sac. That is $30,396.60. Next item is Village Road. This is from Lammers Pike to State Road 46 in front of H&R Block. It is $60,424.80. Terrence Drive, it's from Village Road back onto the cul-de-sac dead end, $20,727.60. Next item is Dirks Road from State Road 46 to Lammers Pike, $90,239.80. Ashland Court from Lammers Pike to the cul-de-sac, $61,951.70.
Say that one more time.
61,951.70. Next item is Shelley Avenue. It's back in the same area from Chateau Boulevard West to the dead end. That is $25,878. Oh, and right here, they have the grand total. We might as well we might as well check Morton Way off. Morton Way from 46 to Bent's Court was 75,535.80. And the total is 862,161.05.
I guess if anything, people learned how much it costs to resurface roads tonight.
All right. That is all we have on the agenda for the Board of Works tonight. If there's no other new business that you have, Jonathan, or anyone else has, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
I will second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Our meeting is adjourned. We will start up the city council meeting at, how about at 6:50?
Put it at the top of the list. I'm good. How are you? The ones and twos today, you're just gonna give us something different. Karaoke night here. We're gonna start it off. That's your bonus. It's your bonus, buddy. It's your bonus. Putting in a swimming pool. Yeah, I was. He said, one last goodbye gift. I switched. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I was about to say something too, man. You're doing a great job. He was struggling lesson to get this. Okay. Anybody know what's going on? I'm going to put the ball court at the honestly, I could see it. I could see it.
Let's call tonight's city council meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Brad, would you take the roll?
You got it. Derek Cox.
Here.
Brad Dreyer, absent. Doug Stock.
Here.
Melissa Tucker.
Here.
Beth Enneking.
Here.
John Eargang.
Here.
Brad Marcy, I'm here. All right.
Thank you. You all received copies of the minutes from the March 9th meeting. Are there any corrections or comments that we need to note?
Yeah, there's a correction. It has Melissa seconding the minutes, and she was absent, so I'm not sure.
I saw that.
It says February as well, Brad.
Yeah.
Got that? Okay.
Thank you. Could I have a motion, subject to those corrections, to approve the minutes?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve March 9th minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Department head reports were available at the back of the room. Are there any questions from council on any of the department head reports? Okay, then we will move on. I see some members of Mayor's Youth Council here tonight, so I'm gonna, we have five of you? I'm gonna ask you guys to step up to the mic, introduce yourselves, tell us how long you've been members and what committees you're on, and what you love about Mayor's Youth Council.
Hi, I'm Leah Meyer. I've been on Mayor's Youth Council for 4 years, and I'm in the service industry.
My name is Olivia Lysing. I'm a junior at Oldenburg Academy, and I've been a part of Mayor's Youth Council for 5 years, and I'm also on the service committee.
My name is Mason Lysing. I'm an 8th grader at St. Louis. I've been a part of Mayor's Youth Council for 2 years, and I'm on the service committee.
My name is Sophia Garcia. I've been doing NYC for 1 year, and I'm on the service committee.
My name is Helena Walls. I've been on NYC for 1 year, and I'm on the service committee.
Thank you guys for coming. They do have an annual obligation to attend at least one council meeting. Thank you. Appreciate it. Before I move on, obviously we have another group in the room that I will introduce. We have Scout Troop 634 here tonight. They are working on their government badge, and I don't remember seeing that many of them the last time I saw them. But anyway, thanks for coming. We appreciate it and hope you learned something. Thank you. We have no old business items tonight, so we will move directly into the new business. The first item on the new business is the emergency vehicle preemption. It's an NDOT agreement, and I will summarize this, and if you have some questions, I may ask John to speak up, but in essence, what this is doing with the preemption program that we're doing right now that will enable our public safety vehicles to control the lights out on 46 and 229. We got a pretty substantial federal grant to do that, but once it's installed, this agreement that we're signing with NDOT is we're accepting the fact that the maintenance obligations and repair obligations will be ours after that. That's my brief summary. Does that cover it, John?
It's NDOT lets us put it on their lights, but we're still responsible to maintain them, even though it's on their lights.
So I think we need an approval for that agreement, and then we'll need signatures for everyone. So could I have a motion to approve the agreement?
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. The next item up on our agenda is a request to amend our parking ordinance on the north side of George Street in the block between Elm Street and Walnut Street. I think Carolyn Dickman is here on behalf of the Historical Society. And if you want to talk about your request, Carolyn.
Yes, I would. With the Sherman opening, which is awesome. We love that. And just parking has been a situation the past month. And a lot of the post office employees now have been parking on George Street, which is causing a problem because they don't want to use the city parking lot. So I'm requesting that we put up a sign on the north side, 2 of them, that says 2-hour parking Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. And then that way, I think the Sherman should be able to handle, it's free for the weekend and for the Sherman that people don't have to, leave so early. But, and I would also like one in front of our museum, also 2-hour parking. But it doesn't have to say, 8 to 4 or whatever. But I just think people are not using that public parking space. But now that you're doing more road work, we've had more backhoes and more gravel over there. So we're losing a lot of parking spaces. But I think this will help, hopefully. And I just hope that it will be enforced by our police. And so people don't sit there and park 8 hours on the street on the north side. So I think, 2-hour parking Monday through Friday from 8 to 4 would really help. Any comments?
Council?
I do know that there's been some problems with people parking all day in front of many of the businesses. So I understand what you're saying there. One thing that I did bring up to Carolyn is that the people that bought that building, what's on that side, will they ever rent it or do anything? And then that could become an issue, but you said that you talked to them. And mainly it's just storage right now. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Right.
That would have only been my other concern with that.
When I talked to Eric last fall, about parking on that west end, he leased that out to Wood-Mizer. And now that parking lot is sitting empty, which I would love to, even if we have to rent it. I mean, gosh, because there's like 15 parking places on the west end of that building. not being used. So it's like, it's a shame because, you know, we could park there and maybe post office and then leave the public parking lot open for Sherman House people and visitors and Weigel Funeral Home, because they had a big funeral on Friday. And wow, when it's a one day, parking is horrible on that end of street. It really is. So, but I really think the 2-hour parking would really help the situation on our end, especially if you do 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, and don't worry about the weekends.
Did you say in front of the Historical Society and in front of the post office what you're asking to, or just on?
2 signs on the north.
Yeah.
Help. Mm-hmm.
Officer Manis, is he over? I can't see him. Is he here?
He's there.
Oh, hey, how you doing, man? No, hey, my question is on enforceability, because that just makes you think on how would we be able to enforce this? Do you see this as being something that'd be a problem with enforcement, or what are your thoughts?
We can't chalk tires, so we would have to have somebody in the area to watch that. But at the same time, I was unaware that it was a problem.
Right.
So if we don't know there's a problem, it's hard to address a problem. So just if there is an issue with parking, especially if we know who it is, we can reach out to them, suggest them not to be parking there in that area. So just when we're available to do it, I have no issues with addressing it. And as long as it's ordinance, then we can take care of it that way.
Yeah, because I have one gal, it was funny. I was going in to open up Friday and she was hopping out of her truck. And I said, hey, there may be a 2-hour. I just wanted her to know that I was going to approach the council about it. And she said, I'm sorry, I work at the post office 8 hours. I will park here. So that's going to be the problem. She's going to be, So it's like people like that, trying to make Batesville better and trying to make, people can walk. Come on. There's a city parking lot right across from Weigel's. Use that. But she just refused. She goes, I work at the post office 8 hours. And, and she just always parks in that first parking space. So that's why I'm here, because there's like 2 or 3 other ones that just follow down the street. I could go over and talk to Jason again, because I let him know that I was going to approach the city council about this. Hopefully then he can tell his employees that, they need to keep it open, that there's going to be a 2-hour sign up, and hopefully it'll work. But I think, with the beer house opening up, they're going to need that parking too. So I think if we just do it from Monday to Friday from 8 to 4, that will alleviate then the evening hours for the beer house, that people can still go there and enjoy a dinner without, hey, I need to be out in 2 hours. So I think it's a win-win personally.
We have some similar signs, I believe, down by Langens, and I don't know if the city installed those or what. That I think theirs are like 30-minute parking or customer parking only. I'm trying to think of where that.
I've had a number of people ask me for customer parking only signs, and I've discouraged it. They're not really enforceable. Correct me if I'm wrong, Governor.
Without an ordinance, you cannot enforce.
And I will express my, this will be up to council to make an ordinance change if they choose to do so. But my concern is our ability to enforce it, from a manpower standpoint. That would be my concern.
And I understand that, but
And again, Carolyn, I with your question on the parking lot there by Weigel, generally there are spaces there, correct?
Right, but we're losing a lot of them. I mean, we lose 5 spaces every day to catch a ride. And then there's been a trailer there for 2 months, and I don't know who it belongs to, but they're taking up a parking space. So we're losing 6 spaces for, people like us and post office employees.
I think there's probably, I don't know, John, do you have an idea? I would guess there's 70 to 80 spaces there. Once we get the construction
Area 51 needs to go.
workers out of there.
It's just, eyesore on our end of town, but I realize, you have to put it somewhere, but wow, we are losing a lot of parking.
Yeah, there's quite a few spaces there once we get that construction stuff out of there.
John and I had a conversation about that today, to have that conversation with the contractors, that will no longer be a staging area, that particular parking lot.
They had the backhoes right there in one of the parking areas. So if they could park in that back lot, but very back, you know, against the north side, that would open up a lot of spaces too. If they're parking on the third row, which we're losing parking. And boy, if we, like I said, Friday we had a one-day visitation, and you know it was a big visitation, so people were scrambling for places to park. So yeah, if they could park their backhoes like, and that would really help parking. Well, even during the day, but you know, help us out.
Again, we will, I can get into it a little bit when we have some comments, but we are going to have that conversation. I had the conversation with Scott Miller as well about finding another space for contractors to stage jobs. Their work here this year should be ending within the next month.
Yes.
Really, that'd be great.
So, again, my concern is our ability to enforce that. But these guys,
I think it would help deter, I mean, because I know that Cecil on the other end is having a hard time, and so he puts a big sign out too during lunchtime because there's cars that sit in front of his. So I think it's all the way down George. There is an issue with that. But like you said, you know, we know and try to tell some of the business owners that they can hopefully park in a different area, but I think it's been a problem for quite a while. I would be interested in possibly trying that to just see, but like I said, the officers are not going to always be, you know, right at the 2 hour or 2.5 or something. And hopefully I think people will get used to knowing that that's going to be that way if they have another option of parking, I think, is my opinion. I mean,
Is a majority of the problem coming from people that are actually parking there and working?
Yes.
So, and I'm trying to think if there's a better strategy here. I'm just thinking outside the box. Is it something that is more of a policy that each business can just have their employees and say, hey, these are prime parking places for our clientele, right?
Exactly.
Can we organize it that way? Because otherwise the enforceability thing becomes the issue and being able to make sure we can maintain it.
Right.
But can we reach out to the individual businesses that are having their employees do that and just say, hey, can we address this so we don't have to go through some type of an ordinance process? Is that a possibility, you think?
I don't know, maybe not on our end, but I think on George Street, you know, the older section there, I think a lot of the employees are parking and taking away parking away from visitors and folks who want to purchase items. My thing is, man, just use that parking lot and walk. You know, people just cannot do that. I just really,
I do like
understand that because my employees park over in the city parking lot, and two of them are 85. I mean, I'm sure it'd be great if they could park right in front, but no, that's a prime parking space for our visitors. So I don't want to take away from our visitors, you know, by people parking in front. And then, of course, you hear post office people who come in. So, you know, you think about that. There's a lot of people that go into post office daily. So, you know, that's going to be congested now, too, with the Sherman. So it's, yeah, I mean, I think you're going to find out. It's going to be a busy little stretch right there with parking.
Derek, I like your idea, but I do think there has been conversations, but I don't know of all, I mean, businesses talking to other businesses. I just don't know, you know, exactly how that was laid out. So I like that idea, but I think it's been, but I don't know if we table and maybe give that opportunity to all of those businesses on George and kind of stress that and see if it works.
Well, because
maybe.
over time, people go back into old habits.
You are so right, Derek.
And so, you know, it came in and it hasn't been addressed for years, right? I mean, it's just one of those things. And gradually you do it one time and it becomes an easy habit to do. And when everybody starts to, so that's what I would be in favor for, instead of going into an ordinance and getting it drawn up tonight, is kind of table this, and I'll take it on the reins and go talk to some business owners around there, just to kind of see if we can't get some, honestly, some of them might be like you said, I work here for 8 hours, I'm gonna park where I want.
Exactly.
But at least we get some feedback of what we can't do, right? As opposed to the ordinance kind of thing.
But Derek, my issue though, our block right there is strictly post office people. So, they're taken away from people coming into the post office. The main George Street, a lot of them, they need to park over in the main parking lot. But, if it rains, I'm not parking all the way from there to my business. But yeah, they're losing a lot of business, I think, Prospect, because of that, and just convenience. It's a convenience anymore for folks. So, but yeah, I think the signs would really help, though. The 2-hour parking from 8 to 4 would really help us out. And on the weekends, people would know then, Sherman would have some place to park too. Because Sherman's going to be tight too. Or the beer house is tight too with parking. So
I think to Derek's point, we should have the conversation. It's far past time to have the conversations with the businesses, to tell them, employees should really try to make as much space available for potential customers, and ask them, would you have your employees park in the parking lot right down the street? Yeah. It can't be 500 steps from that parking lot to the intersection of George and Main.
Yep. It's going to be the post office people. That's who you're going to have to address on my street.
Talk to them.
Yeah.
So rather than us rush and pass an ordinance that we are going to have trouble enforcing, and I'm definitely not putting any signs up without an ordinance change. So I think that would be, let's try that next. Let's table it for now.
How long can you table it?
Till next month.
Okay.
To have time to talk to the businesses. Okay. And truthfully, it's not just the businesses on George, it's all the businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
And then another item, the city could finish off, it seems like every time you guys do a major road redo, we need crosswalks from us on down, like Weigel's. They don't have crosswalks. And we have school kids that come to they walk. So we need to finish out the crosswalks on down past Weigel's, and parking spaces across from Weigel's too would help the lines.
Right.
So, yeah, but it's just like they just quit at Walnut Street again. So I would appreciate if they could do crosswalks and parking lines for us too.
And again, short of a funeral, nobody parks on the street across from the funeral home. Maybe if we mark them, they will park there.
Because we hit a lot with the train display, because we had over 3,000 people in 3 months, and they were parking there. But I think if you have the lines, that would really help too. Yeah. And then I know I'm not on the agenda for this, but we just had an issue come up this past week with our building, and I'm approaching you about it. It's on the west side of our building, up probably from the roof. We have some bulging coming, and it's coming down into our window area in our furnace room. I happened to catch it. So I called Evergreen, which is Amy Gutzwiller, and wow, she can't get to it for 3 or 4 months, and we cannot let this go, because that's what happened 5 years ago when I had to raise $60,000 to put new siding on. So this really needs to be addressed and not wait. So I sure don't want the water to come down in between the siding and our house. So do I have the city check it, or?
We don't.
I can't wait that long.
Well, we don't have any carpenters on staff. I would reach out to possibly Tom Caney. Somebody, his name comes to mind because he's doing some work at my house.
Okay. Yeah, because we can't let this go, because if we get more rain, we're going to fall into a major.
And I don't recall, Carolyn, that I think that issue's been several years ago, but was there any kind of warranty or anything on any of that?
See, I don't know. Amy didn't tell me. So,
I know we had that same issue on the other side, and some of that was replaced. Do you recall, was that done under a warranty?
The other siding was guaranteed at least 15 years, but it did not last. It was 2009, and the company went bankrupt, so we got hardly anything from them. And so I had to raise 60 grand to re-side it, which I did in 3 months, but I sure don't want to have to go through that again,
I would,
that one side of the house. So this has only been since 2000, so, it's only 6 years old. So that should have happened. So I don't know.
2020, you mean?
Yeah, 2020, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if it's the gutters maybe that are overflowing because we don't have any gutter guards up there. And the guy behind us has this humongous tree, which has the little helicopters. And well, you know what those things do. They can clog up a drain real quick. So that could be the issue.
We could possibly have street department go over there with a bucket truck
Okay.
to get up there and take a look, and then
Look first.
after they look,
Yeah.
if they may say, you need to call a contractor, we'll talk to them about doing that.
Okay. And hopefully it's not a major cost, but you'll probably get the bill because we can't afford it.
Hey, feel free to reach out. Honestly, feel free to reach out, but I can have a couple people out there kind of look at it too and give you an idea of what's going on, what's causing the problem, and how it's happening. I'm happy to connect you with some people.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for your time. I hope you really consider, though, the signs, because I think once you talk to the businesses, I'm like Derek, people go back to old habits, and it's not going to happen. Yeah. Nobody reads signs anymore. So thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll float the nasty question then. How would everybody feel about parking meters?
I think that's so what do I think about them? Not very highly, but at the same time, I think that's probably 2 steps down the road. If we do end up getting an ordinance and we find out if this ordinance isn't enforceable, then we look at something that potentially may, if the issue amounts to that, right? I mean, kind of thing. But I really do believe that if we can communicate, we can get a drop in what the problem is.
I think part of the problem is the conception that parking is free, and it's not. So I'm serious. I mean, and if the money goes back into the local area, but if we don't place a value on parking, people are going to abuse it. I mean, we see it happen all the time, and then we're told we don't have enough parking. So I think it's something to seriously consider. But we're going to go this route first.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Carolyn. We're tabling this till next month, and we'll.
We'll do. Yeah, I'll find you.
Okay, the next item up is the clerk treasurer's report.
All right, everybody should have gotten a copy of this. General fund, we're still ahead of schedule, stay within balance, or, yeah. There's been some extra spending in wastewater and gas for some large projects, and the water utility is also on track still. So has everyone had a chance to review that ahead of time? Any questions, concerns? Okay.
Right. Well, we'll need a motion to approve tonight's claims.
I'll make a motion to approve claims.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve tonight's claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Next item up is the mayor's report. We had a big night tonight, so I will try to be quick. First off, I do want to announce we have a couple of personnel changes in the city. We have welcomed Terry Knieven as our water utility manager. Sorry, Brandy. You didn't know that, did you? Terry replaces Eric Laker. He started with it the last week. He comes to us from Harrison, Ohio. Prior to that, he was down in Sunman. He was down there, I want to say, 23 years. And I'd also like to announce the appointment of Angela Linville as Economic Development Director, effective April 7th, 2026. Angela previous served us as our Community Development Manager starting a little over 2 years ago, or right about 2 years ago. And I'm confident in the leadership and the expertise that both of these people bring to their offices and to their roles. So welcome, Angela and Terry. We have I'm going to mention this, Highway 229, this is going to be popular, lane closure request. We actually had a publication out a week or so ago. They were going to start on the 9th. And they initially told us they were going to start at the intersection of 46 and 229. They did not show up, and then they announced that they were starting on the bridge. John, feel free to, and they are planning on starting the week of April 23rd. And this would be on the west side.
Yes. Correct?
Yeah, the plan I started, it's going to be both sides of the bridge because we have that railing.
They're going to be working on both sides. Okay.
But yeah, the plan is starting April 23rd, and it's a 30-day closure. And that's what they sent to us and NDOT today. They have to send it to NDOT to actually close the lanes.
And that's from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m.
This is a full closure.
This is a full closure. So we
30-day window where they can do the full closure, and that's what this is.
Okay. So there will be a northbound and a southbound lane closed while they're doing the railings.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And again, we'll start a week from Thursday. Yeah. And I think we have a change on here. I had an item that the downtown Village Green parking lots will receive seal coat beginning Monday, April 20th through Wednesday, April 22nd. But late this afternoon, I think we have a change on that.
Yes. To tell the businesses there, since our overlay people are finishing up all the concrete walk, they're getting ready to start milling and overlaying. Talking to them today, they want to start that on Thursday, and the street they wanted to start on was Paul Street. So I didn't want them blocking traffic.
Correct.
This is why we blocked the parking lot for seal coating. So we're going to push the seal coating past the back a week until they get Paul Street paved.
Okay. Pearl Street is part of our paving project for this year that involves Pearl, Beech Grove, Central,
Walnut, and Maine.
Walnut and Maine. So, and they are going to start, that's why I was mentioning earlier, we hope to get that parking lot cleaned up as a job site. They're going to start and do the paving here this month. Next item, Batesville Main Street, the Batesville Area Chamber of Commerce and the Beautification League, along with the City of Batesville, are seeking volunteers to help on Earth Day to do like a downtown cleanup from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I think part of that is going to be the parks as well. To celebrate Earth Day, if you want to volunteer, see a lot of potential volunteers out there in light green shirts. But we will be doing that. We will be doing that on Saturday, April 18th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I think there's a sign up on Batesville Main Street and the Chamber websites. On May 5th is primary election day. I would encourage everyone to get out and vote. The locations this year in Ripley County has moved from the Knights of Columbus. It will be held at the Ron Weber Marketplace this year, the actual polling location. In Franklin County, it remains at Ignite Church on 229. Early voting is available, and to find dates and locations of that, you can call Ripley County at 812-689-4783 or visit their website. And in Franklin County, you can call 765-647-5111. So they will have more details. Their website has more details, but I would encourage everyone to get out and vote. Batesville residents that have Rumpke trash service, large trash pickup will be Saturday, May 2nd. Typically, they start at 5 a.m., so we encourage you to get items out the night before. Miraculously, a lot of items seem to disappear before Rumpke gets there. This is not miraculously, but some days items are left after Rumpke's been there. So I'd encourage everybody to keep their eyes open. If they hear a truck or see a truck, I'd make sure they pick up my stuff. We have a busy Mother's Day weekend in Batesville, starting with the Batesville Kiwanis Annual Carnival. That will take place on May 7th from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., May 8th from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and May 9th from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. I see Jerry Bennett back there. Thank you to the Kiwanis for bringing that back to Batesville every year. It seems like a good community event. Also that weekend, Main Street Monopoly activities are going on. On May 8th, there will be a bar crawl. I did not have the start time for that. Do you happen to know that? Yeah. I think it'll be past 5 o'clock, but that is on May 8th. And then on Saturday, May 9th, you can start at the Batesville Farmers Market. Touch a Truck will also occur that day, and that's up at the Ron Weber Marketplace. That's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's a $2 per child, $10 per family fee, and those proceeds benefit Main Street. The Girls on the Run 5K event at the Margaret Murray Outpatient and Cancer Center is also on May 9th. Registration begins at 9 a.m. and there's a $15 fee. You can reach out to Margaret Murray for details. I believe that is all the items I have. Now I will ask if we have any citizens in the audience that would like to address council.
Barry Bennett. I'd like to add a couple things you missed there, John. National Prayer Day is on the 7th. We're having it at the YMCA at noon. And on the 9th is the Kiwanis golf outing. So that's a big weekend. So stay home and spend your money.
And the prayer event is at 11 or?
It's 12.
It's 12 to 1. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for catching that, Jerry.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Well, that concludes our agenda for this evening. If council has nothing else to discuss, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Our meeting is adjourned.
So we're running up